Hello everyone, Josh here. Welcome to another episode of the Ignite podcast. Now today, I want to talk to you about bringing on another director into your business. I want to walk you through the process, things to think about, all that type of thing. This topic's been prompted just fresh off a training call with our boardroom members. We were on a mastermind group for business owners doing 2 million plus, and this topic came up today at one of our incredible clients or incredible boardroom members is looking at bringing on another director into their business. And so we've done a lot of content. We talk a lot about bringing on next-gen shareholders into your business, but we haven't actually talked too much about bringing on other directors into your business. So I just wanted to kind of walk you through the process today, what to think about, how to go about it, and just some things to kind of think through. So, and I guess like anything, there's always nuances to these types of scenarios. So I very much am a firm believer of this, the concept of try it before you buy it kind of thing, which is like have people in your business, work with them for long enough to make sure that you're 100% sure that they're the right fit for either a shareholder or a director in your business. And I'm saying that because, this scenario came up today where we've got a client, there's a person he's known for his entire life. They're talking about joining forces and becoming co-directors and bringing this person into his business. And they would probably, currently looking at doing that as in coming in as a director from the very outset. So we just talked through, different scenarios and different things to think about when you're going down that path. Like I'm very much a believer of let's get people into your business. Let's work with them first. Let's see how they perform, how they treat the staff, how they conduct themselves, how they approach clients, how they work with clients, how they deliver projects, before we go down that really, really permanent, well, it's not permanent, but that very serious path of, directorship in your business. And so I think it's really, all things aside, like you could be having a couple of drinks with someone, and you're like, yeah, you should be a director in the business. That'd be great. We could build this thing together. But you really fundamentally have to come back to, is this person the right fit? Do I want to have them have ownership of the business? They sign up to a bunch of risk in the business too, and we'll talk about directors' requirements in a second. But you've really got to fundamentally answer that one question, which is, are they the right person? Are they the right fit? Do I want to do this with them for a very, very long time? Because I think sometimes people forget about, they get excited about the short-term things and the short-term opportunities, and yeah, that'd be great, let's work together and come on as a director. But are you prepared to do this for the next 10, 15, 20 years with this person or these persons as directors in the business? And that's the same question that you should be answering about next-gen shareholding as it is as directors into your business. Like really making sure that they are the right person or the right fit for your business, because once they sign on that dotted line and once you both agree and go down that path and that sort of stuff, like it's reversible, but it's very damaging and it's very distracting and it's very costly, both in your time, sometimes reputation, the distraction, all those sorts of things. So it's got to be the right fit. They've got to be the right person. And I know, like sometimes you don't have a crystal ball, you don't know what's going to happen in 10 years' time, but have you, to the best of your ability, answer that question, which is this person is 100% the right fit and this person is 100% the person that I want to, build this business alongside. So let's talk about shareholding, directorship, the differences, why you would do one over the other. Now, look, like directorship, bringing in another person as a co-director it's a big deal. Like that person is signing up to risk in your business. They are signing up to liability. And so I think it's really important too when you're talking about, we should be directors and, you should become a director in your business. Yeah, you have to make sure they understand what they're signing up to, which is if anything goes wrong, if your business gets sued, if there's some kind of liability, they are signing up to that liability. And in any kind of lawsuit or anything like that, it's not just a single director, it's all the directors of a business get hauled through the court system, told to face up and all those sorts of things until you're proven innocent, basically. So it's a bigger deal than being a shareholder in the business, because directors have a whole bunch more responsibility around, you can't plead ignorance. Like you it is assumed that as a director of the business, you are across all of the operations in the business, the financial performance. You can't just say, oh, I wasn't aware that we were trading at a loss. It's like your responsibility as a director is to be across the financials of your business. That's not a good enough excuse. So you've got employee, then you've got a shareholder, and then you've got director. And so you, like I said, you have to be 100% sure that they're the right person and are they aware of the risks that they're signing up to. So that's probably the first thing, is like if you're having that conversation with someone about someone coming in as a co-director, or maybe you run a small consultancy and someone else is the owner of another small consultancy and you're talking about joining forces, then it would make sense for you both to be joint shareholders, 50-50 potentially, as well as joint directors of, your merged entity. That makes sense, but is everyone aware of the liabilities and responsibilities? So that's probably the first thing. The second thing is the process. Don't rush into it. Give yourself time to know more about that person. And this is like in a merged environment. This is we're going to bring our two companies together. Give yourself that time and that grace and that out if you need it. So things like, as an example, bringing in a very senior person into your business, and you've had discussions about them becoming a shareholder and director eventually, make sure you leave that eventually in there. So I would do it in a staged way where it's like, cool, come in as maybe an employee first or a very senior member of our team. Let's work together for 6, 9, 12 months. Let's see how you go, see how you conduct yourself. From there, maybe we offer you share ownership in the business. And from there, maybe it's directorship after that. Like, really allow yourself that time to get to know this person, work with them, see how they act and operate, and don't go into those things lightly. If they're an existing member of your team that you are elevating, again, like you've obviously had the chance to work with them and find out whether they're a good fit or a good person. Again, that process can go a little bit faster because you've had that time to get to know them. In a merged environment, again, I'd be looking for ways where you can just buy yourself time. I mean, look, in an merged environment, you should have done your research. You should have done your due diligence. You should have been hanging out with these people or this person for a very, very long time before you agreed to merging the businesses and coming together. Because honestly, I've seen and been part of some very uncomfortable scenarios and situations where the due diligence wasn't done. Directors weren't aware of the type of personality that they were merging with another director, and that stuff gets pretty ugly pretty quickly. So as much as possible, you want to really learn and get to know the people that you're merging with or the people that you're buying into business with, who they are, the types of people that they are, and again, answering that question that we talked about at the start, are they the right person, and do I want to do this with them for a very, very long time? So look, I think in summary, think it through. Like, bringing in a director is kind of like bringing on a shareholder. There's a lot of things you've got to think through, except for that final step, which is that person is signing up to risk and liability in your business. So you've got to make sure that they're aware of it, aware of the risk that they're signing up to. There's a whole bunch of things that can happen there in terms of, they could lose their house potentially if there's a big lawsuit. There's like a whole bunch of things there that they've got to really think through to make sure that they're keen to be a director alongside you. So don't jump into it lightly. Make sure they're the right person. Make sure they're aware of all the legal and fiducial responsibilities and requirements. And you cannot plead ignorance. You have to be across and know everything there is to know about your business, because saying I don't know in a court hearing does not work. So just think it through. Make sure they're the right person, think it through, make sure they're aware, and you shouldn't have any problems. But just kind of wanted to record today just to highlight or bring a level of awareness to this process of bringing on another director into your business. Hope that helps. Okay, if you want to keep doing this journey on your own, we have heaps of free resources to help you do that. But if you'd like some help, if you want to build your business faster, if you want some help building more efficiency into your business, more profit, more revenue, and you'd like to get some help from a bunch of people that have done it time and time again for at least 100 plus business owners, please reach out. let's have a chat about how it can help you build your business faster through Boardroom. So Boardroom is specifically built for business owners of engineering, town planning, surveying, and architecture consultancies. That's our experience, that's our expertise, that's what we're kind of good at. So if you want some help building your business faster, please reach out. Let's have a chat about how we can help you through Boardroom. Have an awesome day.